pass there.
Oh. I was leaning over, giving him a little body English to make sure they got through there.
Yeah, check out the 83. The 83 is insanely loose. Right now, Borman trying to hold on to it here. I give it to him. Right now, he got a bad push there, and it loosened him up. Looks like he holds on to it, though. 83 machine trying to follow on through, but check out what the 83 is doing. He is pulling his teammate through of Cody Smith and the number 20. Pulling on through. Conover's returning back to the top 10 as he sits 7th. And that's going to be our stage there. Malone.
Read-off is,
Yeah, that we do. Also consider our pace lap is probably going to be somewhere around 3 minutes. So we'll go ahead and run it down. But, yeah, let's go ahead and get to that starting grid where Jacob Malone looks like the power of the Beaver Nuggets comes into play here as the 69 machine sits on the pole, sitting number 1. And see what happens. Good turn by Malone. Stella, I don't know. These guys, I'd just be... Right when you get to a turn getting that slow, those guys are creeping down around that 40-mile-an-hour mark, which is very unusual when we see guys running around 180.
Oh, yeah. That is wild because in here, I mean, they can have an average speed of like 75 miles an hour. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, we did it again as we sit atop Ryan Patty. Right now, this should be our first caution showing out. And this should be them racing to the line. Jacob Malone will come away with the stage 1 win here. Around him here, but he's got to be loving this. This is fantastic. The rookie trying out Vincent Arthur here.
He's definitely giving him a run for his money. He's less than a half a second behind.
Boy, this looks like right when Jeremy Burns started figuring out the road courses. There he's coming alive.
Heavens. That boy was born for road courses.
Yeah. Oddly enough, when you see Justice Murphy, Trevor Earhart, drivers like that coming onto these road courses like that.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
Oh.
Well, Stella, we have now entered the second piece of this, and Vincent Arthur's going to remember that. He saw the contact. And, all right, well, you want to play the contact game, we can start touching, and then I give it to Jacob Malone. He may have gotten a little too hungry with that one. But Vincent Arthur will hopefully not be looking to return that favor.
No.
So lap number 17 is still underway here. Already halfway complete as Jacob Malone gets the lead from a little contact. Take a look here in the camera view. Let's see if there's any damage here. Jacob Malone does not look like it. Looks like everything's pretty safe. Vincent Arthur. Looks like everything might be all right with his paint.
So this is 16 or 17?
This should be lap 17. If they throw the caution out like they did last time. Caution.
And there it is. Okay. So again, Malone, Arthur, and...
continue the run here, and they'll be A-OK. So let's go ahead and get to our starting grid, and we'll bring Stella in here in just a moment right up front. Let's go ahead and get it going. Jacob Malone once again grabbing another pole here, so we now know, and Jay knows out there, the power of the Beaver Nuggets is kicking in, so the 69 Ford will be starting out front with 5. Conover drops back now to 11th outside the top 10. Gladelick and Senchak going at it. Right now, I guarantee you, Senchak would like to get around the 15, seeing that they made contact about 3 laps earlier. Malone leaving every lap here of this stage. As they get through, looks like Rochelle still dealing with a blinking issue he's run into before.
And we made the stage break for our 7th caution, 6 unscheduled.
The trouble I see is when your leader comes in the pit road, and now he's working to fight his way back up to the front. Right now he's hanging out in 18th position.
Okay.
Pitting on lap 27 here. And there it is.
Okay.
Winner of the stage does go to Jacob Malone once again. For another race, he gets a stage win. Just got to figure out how to get Malone to get to the last stage. Love it. Love it. All right, let's go ahead and get our starting grid here for tonight and get this one underway. Jacob Malone and Matthew George will be starting in the front row. That is going to be fantastic. I think Matthew George, this may be his time to shine. He's been kind of hanging out in the shadows for a while. All right, Kristen Berry still out by 6 seconds of catching Malone here with a couple laps left to go. Now, I wouldn't say this is not a boring race, but it definitely gets spread apart quickly. Most of your restarts are going to be guys hammering doors, and that's why they're trying to win it on lap 1, because this is what happens. You got guys so spread apart out there that no one can find anybody right now.
I was going to say, this is like that television show Alone. It's just, how long can you stay out here all by yourself? But now is our first stage caution, and everybody will be neighbors again.
Right. Not bad there by Jacob Malone. Fantastic run here. I guess Joey Stats will be especially proud of seeing Matthew George down one. Kyle Gilbert getting in it.
Yes, he's taking advantage of that.
Yep, right now, let me tell you, Kyle Gilbert looking for 9th here. He might have it. Right now, Kralik knows he's playing pinball out here. Who has it at the line? It looks like Kralik's going to get it.
I do believe.
Kralik, George, and Gilbert trying to squeeze out a couple extra stage points. As we get back under caution here, this will be stage number 2. Jacob Malone wins yet another. Wins Senchak rubbing along his side. Malone able to keep it off the wall here. He's got to fight him back. He's got 2 laps to keep it clean, and so is everybody else behind him. Malone's going to try to pinch him. Excellent job there. Little nudge to the edge of his car. This is beautiful right now by these 2 drivers as they shoot down the back. 10 to 3. 3 wide behind him, though, is Ferraro, Rochelle, and Reeder going at it. And Reeder shooting it in up the gut. And right now, it looks like Rochelle gets kicked out. White flag still shooting his way on by, trying to see if he can fight this on through. Senchak and Jacob Malone right now coming up to the line as they shoot down. They have separated by over half a second from the rest of the field. This is going to happen. Right now we're seeing if any more can go along here with Senchak and Malone. White flag is out. What happens, happens. Malone has 3 turns to run him in and get him down. Still battling on through as we get along Tom Senchak's car. Jacob Malone with the right front damage there. I think he's starting to feel it.
Yeah, maybe feel it, but I'm looking at, he just set the lap time for this track tonight. And here he goes on the bottom line.
Oh, he's going to touch.
No.
Oh, he's going to touch. He turned him.
Turned him.
Jacob Malone turned Tom Senchak.
Ooh.
And Jacob Malone is going to take the win here at Indianapolis.
Kyle Rochelle and Cody Reeder just made contact back there too. Let's see who ended up coming out of that. And
man,
they actually do.
Dakota Hendrickson.
They do put restrictor plates on Atlanta now.
Okay.
I knew they were talking to them, but they did.
Oh, boy. Stella, we have got a race here, especially on the back line. Taking a look at it. Pace truck getting ready to fire up here. Tim Harper getting loose. He messes up. Tim Harper gets loose across the line. First is going to be Jacob Malone. Stage win to the 69.
All right.
White flag next time by. Now Rochelle Malone get a good jump here.
Oh.
Yep, already sending it 3 wide. The number 12 slices to the middle here. We're going to stick with our leaders, though. Right now, as we keep the 3 wide on the edge of our screen, here's Malone's chance. Finally, Jake Christenberry. Christenberry fumbles here. Arthur going to send it up the center. Right now, this is horrible timing for Christenberry to mess up on that one. That's going to give 1 and 2. Jacob Malone falling behind. And white flag this time by. Here it comes. Malone just has to hold it. banging around. Dylan Banks goes
wow.
around, but watch this as Vincent Arthur dooring Nick Gillis here. Getting a huge push. Spencer Burton from nowhere. And Cameron Thompson, currently sitting right now 15th in the points, is running away with this one. Cannot as Jacob Malone slides on around, looking to see if the 10 is going to block.
Oh!
Not quite sure why the 10 is full. Go ahead and get to our starting grid here for tonight. We'll go ahead and let you take it after 12 here, Christian, as we get started on this one. Let's take a look. Jacob Malone starts in the number 1 spot, and Ryan Bird almost able to take it away. No can do. He'll be starting. Looks to be on the hill chasing. George, good job out of the way. Conover almost checking him up, almost going at it here. Through the S's, Malone taking a look, no can do. And for the first beginning here of the bus stop. Right now, this is where Malone has been able to capitalize here. There it is, slide to the outside, he's got him. Right now, can Conover hold it through the carousel? Conover rotating up into him, contact, pushing Malone back out of the way. Can Malone hold it here? He's got to be careful on the throttle as they shoot out. Right now, Malone's got him by only 3/4 of a car. The 69 Ford heading in to the final 2 turns. They are still door to door. Get a quick little crossover here by Josh Conover. Conover taking a look. No can do. Malone making a quick block as they head around through pit road, and Malone getting the acceleration and goes back-to-back Atlanta and Watkins Glen. He comes away with the win. Race. Here we go. Boy, could you see Malone
Conover trying to hold off, stay on the lead lap.
Could you imagine Malone losing the race by him and Conover getting into it? Here's the race ending here at Kansas Speedway. Race goes to Malone. That's 3 here during the playoffs. Cody Reeder second. Dylan Banks is third. All right, what do you say we take a look at our starting grid here for tonight?
Yes, please.
All right, let's go ahead and get her done here as we get kicked off here for the Charlotte Roval. Jacob Malone and Ryan Bird will be starting in the front row. Malone called it. He felt confident. He's going to try to see if he can do it here. Number 1 spot for him as Bird will start to his outs.
Yeah, somebody else locked him up, gave a little smoke, and I think he checked up, and by that point he'd missed his, gopher cam on a road course. That's new.
Yeah, and that is your stage winner right here.
Alrighty.
That was a piece of cake for him. As you see, Ryan Bird and Vincent Arthur